Hello again, grade 12s. In this section of the work, we'll be using the fundamental counting principle to solve problems. The first example reads as follows. Consider the word Cape Town. You're required to form different 5-letter word arrangements using the letters of the word Cape Town. How many possible word arrangements can be made if A, the letters may be repeated, and part B, the letters may not be repeated? So from this question, we're required to make 5-letter word arrangements. I've placed 5 blocks here for both part A and part B to show that from the total 8, we only need to create 5-letter word arrangements. Now, if repetition is permitted, in the first block, you have a total of 8 letters to choose from. In the second block, again, same. Since repetition is allowed, you also have 8 letters to choose from. For the third block, you also have 8. Same for the fourth block and the fifth block. Now, the fundamental counting principle states that when we have these choices, we need to multiply them together. So for part A, where repetition is allowed, your answer is basically 8 to the power of 5, which simplifies to 32,768. For part B, where repetition is not allowed, in the first block, we have a total number of 8 letters to choose from. For the second block, however, since you've already used a letter in the first block, you're going to have 1 less. So in the second block, you have 7 letters to choose from. You have now used 2 letters. In the third block, you are left with 6 letters to choose from. You've used 3 letters. In the fourth block, you are therefore left with 5 letters to choose from. And for the last block, you have already used 4 letters. And from the 8 letters, you have 4 remaining to choose from. Now again, the fundamental counting principle requires us to multiply these together. So 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 simplifies to 6,720. Moving on to the second example, consider the following name, Oratile. You are required to form different 7-letter arrangements using the letters from the name Oratile. How many possible word arrangements can be made if A, the letters may be repeated, and part B, the letters may not be repeated? Like the previous example, what I've done, I've set up these little blocks or triangular shapes here to represent the different letter arrangements. Now, if repetition is allowed in the first triangle, how many options do I have to choose from? I have 7 options to choose from. If repetition is allowed for the second triangle, I have 7 as well. Same thing for the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, and the 7th. Now, the fundamental counting principle requires us to multiply these choices together. Now, this then becomes 7 to the power of 7, which simplifies to 823,543. For part B, where repetition is not allowed, what you then have to do when you have chosen the first letter, for the first triangle, you have 7 letters to choose from. Now, if repetition is not allowed, in the second triangle, you are left with 6 letters to choose from. Since you have used up 2 for the third triangle, you are left with 5. You've used 3, and for the fourth triangle, you are left with 4. And so on till you get to the final one. Again, we are required to multiply these options together, and this then results in an answer of 5,040.